DAZN is the home of boxing, with over 150 live fights a year.
It's over! There's no way back from this, surely!
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
How do you like it? How do you like it?
That is unbelievable.
These guys will be legends in their own country, but also in the international basketball world forever.
That is what sport means. That is what the EuroLeague trophy means.
Are you not entertained?
I'm not supposed to be cheering, but this is X Series. I can do whatever I want.
Everything is difficult in this life, so still you need to be on it.
It all comes down to tonight. Don't miss the biggest night in MMA. PFL is more than a fight.
Catching up on any NFL game is easier than ever before. Looking to the end zone for the win!
Oh my gosh, one of the great games you'll ever see.
The competition is back, and the UEFA Women's Champions League looks set to be bigger and better than ever before.
It's their time, a night to remember.
الحين احنا مع روبن نيفيز حنلعب مع لعبة مرة حلوة وبنشوف خياراته. لعبة بولا بيلدا. Ready نيفيز؟
Yes, ready.
Left foot.
Lionel Messi.
Right foot.
Kevin De Bruyne.
Header.
Alexander Mitrovic.
Ooh. Stamina.
Kylian Mbappe.
Football IQ.
Bernardo Silva.
And last one, football style.
I'll say Vitinha.
Nice choice. Thank you. That's it for this edition of Chasing the Trophy. You can watch Al Hilal at the FIFA Club World Cup for free on DAZN.com. مع السلامة.
Is through for the iron, but he's denied by Joe McDonnell, whose stature was enormous.
Scott Morris now on this right-hand side, does well, takes on Whittle, does get the cross in. It might be an opportunity for Lopez. Bridge has it. Brilliant save by Aidan Stone. Bridge cannot believe that that has not gone in.
Out to Sharon, looks to deliver into the area. Chokri is there. It might yet fall for Charman. Oh, it hits off the post. Might fall for Medine. And it's cleared by York. But what a save there from Harrison Mill. He had to be brave.
They just keep on winning, don't they? Under Sonia Bonpastor. Launched in here for Lucy Bronze. It's in.
Micah Hamano with a moment of genius.
And Chelsea are on their way to the quarterfinals. Lyon has simply been the best through the years.
Renard rises. Captain fantastic.
Sommer with the effort. And what a finish from Lyon's number 9.
This machine just keeps on churning out victories. And welcome back, Manchester City.
Sure. Creates the space. Oh, that is an absolute belter.
Oh, what a hit! Alana Kennedy. Goodness me! The most memorable night for Manchester City.
The following program is recommended for those 16 and over, as it contains sporting violence, possible bad language, and flashing imagery.
Press conference live on DAZN.
Sunny Los Angeles, California, as we present the Ring Magazine, Ryan Garcia versus Rolando Romero, powered by Fatal Fury. City of Wolves press conference live from the Maya in downtown LA. I'm Chris Mannix here with the former junior middleweight champion, Sergio Mora, LA legend in his own right, back in this building where, Sergio, you were telling me on the way in, you used your fake ID at many, many times.
I did, and it's the Mayan, not the Maya, but yes, a lot of good times were had in this place right here.
Mexican McLovin here at the Mayan in downtown LA. Sergio, we've got a great card coming up on May 2nd in New York City, in the middle of Times Square. How do you feel about a fight happening in the heart of New York City?
It's historic, unprecedented. I mean, for fighters to be outside on Times Square, we're used to seeing the ball drop in New York City on New Year's Eve. Now we're going to see boxers drop on the canvas. I mean, it's amazing. Everyone's going to have a best seat in the house if you live there.
Yeah, I think it's going to be very cool to see an event right in the middle of Times Square. And the card is got a lot of big names on it. It's going to live, I think, up to those expectations. Ryan Garcia, the return of Ryan Garcia. He is back after more than a one-year layoff, taking on Rolando Romero. Big fight there, two big punchers now in the 147-pound division. Devin Haney, he's returning after that year layoff as well. He takes on former unified champion at 140, Jose Ramirez. That fight will take place at a catchweight of 144 pounds. And Teofimo Lopez, the WBO 140-pound champion, he will take on his mandatory challenger, Arnold Barboza Jr., in a fight that we have been talking about, it feels like, for 5 or 6 years. Two longtime rivals that have been circling each other for quite some time. But Sergio, it's all about the top of the bill. And Ryan Garcia coming back against Rolly Romero. We haven't seen Ryan Garcia in a boxing ring in a year. A lot has changed since then. He's going to be fighting in a new weight class. What are you expecting from Ryan Garcia in his return?
Who knows? I mean, when it comes to Ryan Garcia, it's so unexpected. Are we going to get the wild man we saw in his last fight? Or are we going to see a new vindicated version of himself? You know, he wants to mature. He wants to become a champion. I don't know. I really don't know. It's a wild card. But I'll tell you where we are going to get a knockout, because both these guys have big power. They both have explosion. They both have a lot to prove. They both know each other so well from sparring. I just think it's the type of fight that goes 5 rounds max. Someone's getting laid out flat.
Yeah, someone is, and Rolly Romero has the power to do the damage against Ryan Garcia. Rolly in his last 4 fights is just 2-2, but knocked out 2 times, most recently by Isaac Cruz. But in between there, he did become a 140-pound champion, and he does have good power in that right hand. What kind of fight are you expecting Rolly to put up?
You know, Rolly Romero reminds me of Ricardo Mayorga, another wild card. You didn't know what to expect. Another fighter that came wild with the swinging, but he had big power. So either he got knocked out, or he knocked the other guy out. So that's what I'm expecting Romero. A short night. He's going to look for the knockout. Both these guys are vulnerable defensively. That's the thing. Ryan Garcia is explosive. He has speed. He has power. So does Rolly. Both of them have bad defense. Someone's getting knocked out. I think the odds are Rolly's getting stopped.
Well, I thought it was telling that Gervonta Davis, who has shared the ring with both guys, recently said that Rolly actually hits harder than Ryan Garcia. What did you think of that?
I believe it, but it's a different type of power. But that was Rolly probably when he was still unbeaten or once beaten. This is a different type of Rolly Romero. He didn't look quite confident in his last fight, and that's what happens when a fighter gets cracked, when he gets knocked out. He feels invincible now. That's the thing, you know, so I don't know what to expect in this fight with Rolly Romero.
You know, we were in New York City last week and around Ryan Garcia for a few days, and it really feels like a very different version of Ryan Garcia. The Ryan we saw about a year ago, he was a little bit out of control. He was kind of reckless in New York City. This was a more reserved version of him. What did you think of what you saw of Ryan the person last week?
I'm not buying it. Okay. I'm not buying it, Chris Mannix, because look, this kid is very special. He's gifted, he's handsome, he's rich, and on the biggest stage, he shines against Devin Haney. If it wasn't for the question marks afterwards, this guy does everything right in front of the camera. So I expect him to come back and do the exact same thing. Maybe a little bit more reserved, but once he gets back on his winning ways with the camera in front of him, the old Ryan comes out. That's who he is, that's his temperament, and I don't expect him to change.
So I guess the question is, what version of Ryan Garcia do you expect to see in the ring? Because the Ryan we saw against against Devin Haney was a guy that was willing to take a punch to give a punch. He was going after Devin Haney from the opening bell, scored that first left hook in the first round of that fight. Are you expecting the same guy to come out against Rolly Romero?
I do. I do, because I think Ryan Garcia has a lot to prove to all of his haters and critics, and the fact that he wants to show to everybody that he can do this. It wasn't help of PEDs or performance-enhancing drugs. That was him that night, but he got popped. What can you do? So now against Rolly Romero, he wants to prove that he can do it in the natural way.
I think you'll see a bit of a different type of fighter, though. Ryan, during this recent training camp, has been back working with Eddie Reynoso, part of that Team Canelo. And he was telling me that he's trying to get back to the old Ryan Garcia, the guy that set up his punches. I know you love the partnership between Ryan Garcia and Eddie Reynoso. 5-0 as a partners, 5 knockouts on his resume. Is it good for him to be back in that mix?
You know what's unbelievable? The fact that he was so perfect with Reynoso. 5 wins, 5 by knockouts, the discipline, the hard work. That beats PEDs any day of the week. I'm telling you, man. Hard work and discipline, to have a good team in your corner, to believe in yourself, knowing you're doing it the right way. Unstoppable. That's going to be the Ryan Garcia I'm expecting to see, with a little bit of show and pizzazz, but that's a dangerous man right there when everything is aligned and he's doing it responsibly with a good team behind him.
All right, a guy that knows a lot about what Ryan Garcia has been going through over these last 12 months. Maybe for a little more insight, let's go up to the stage and check in with Todd Grisham, who's standing by with the golden boy, Oscar De La Hoya.
Indeed. Thank you, Chris. I'm here with a man who's always harping that the best should be fighting the best and that fighters should be fighting more often. Sure. This seems like a dream type of card for you right now.
Oh, it is a dream card. I mean, look, a ring in Times Square, in the smack in the middle of the street, with possibly 500,000 people watching live. It's going to be historic. It's going to be incredible.
Yeah, they were talking about where you thought Ryan Garcia was mentally right now. He seems like a changed person, at least at the last press conference. I know you've compared your younger days to what Ryan's kind of going through. Do you feel like he's officially turned the corner right now?
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, obviously you want to wish the best for a young kid who has all the pressure in the world, who has the world on his shoulders. It's like, it's no easy task. I always tell people who tell me, you know what, I want to be famous like you. I want to have money. I want to do this. No, you don't. No, you don't. It's not a good life. Because life comes at you so fast, and that's exactly what's happened with Ryan. It's come so fast, the money, the fame, the looks, the women, this, that.
And then it goes away so fast.
And then it goes away so fast, but then it can come back again so fast. So you have to, I think right now, just balance it all. I think Ryan Garcia is in a good space. He looks calm, he looks good, and we wish for the best.
You had a very successful Latino night fight card over in Riyadh. You got 3 fighters on this card. What's the state right now of Golden Boy Promotions? It seems like things are going really well.
No, things are great. Look, I stay in my lane. I do what I do best here on DAZN. We put on the best fights. We have our schedule. Look, I've been in this business for 20-some-odd years, and I'm not stopping anytime soon. I'm actually going harder. I'm actually going to put myself out there even more. So, yeah, the best is yet to come.
Well, hey, we know you've got this big fight card coming up in May, but before that, later in this month, we've got William Zepeda, Tevin Farmer 2 down in Cancun, Mexico. That fight, the first fight, was incredible. It was so close. Why did you feel it was important for Zepeda to get right back in against a guy he could lose to?
I think that a rematch. I think a rematch with Farmer and Zepeda is just doing justice to both fighters. Look, if I want Zepeda to go after Shakur, if I want him to compete against the very best top level, well, you have to beat Farmer. You have to beat a guy who has similar styles to the rest of the champions out there. There's fighters who are slick, fighters who are fast, strong, who have a chin. You have to face adversity, and that's exactly what happened with him with Farmer. So I had to do it again to make sure that he has the stamp of approval, and that he goes out there, possibly maybe knocks out Farmer. Who knows? If it happens, then we have a star in our hands with William Zepeda, and he can go after anybody.
Well, you got a lot of stars and future stars with some huge opportunities coming up. He is indeed the Golden Boy. We send it back to Sergio and Chris.
Well, thank you, Todd. The main event of this fight, Sergio, is excellent, and I think it's going to be fan-friendly from start to whenever it finishes. But it is also an excellent undercard with 2 terrific fights, kind of crossroads fights for both these guys. And I want to start with the co-main event, which also features the return of Devin Haney. Devin has been off since that, it was a loss originally, overturned to a no contest after Ryan tested positive for a banned substance. Now Devin Haney is coming back. He has vacated his 140-pound title to move up in weight, and he gets his first test as a welterweight against Jose Ramirez. What do you think of this matchup?
It's gonna be a tricky matchup because Ramirez is very experienced, former U.S. Olympian, a champion at 140, and one of these guys that doesn't take that much chances. He's strong, he's a veteran, he takes a good shot, but he hasn't looked that sharp in his last 2 fights. Haney on the other side, I have a lot of questions there as well. So this is going to be a type of fight where we have questions with both of them. Crossroads type fight, especially for Ramirez. But sometimes fighters with that experience, with that much background in boxing, they can have that one shiny moment again. They could turn back the clock, especially if they know their back's against the wall, like Ramirez.
Devin Haney had that loss wiped off his record, but you can't wipe the beating that he took off your resume. Knocked down 3 times, hurt a couple of more during that fight. Do you think that's the kind of thing that can have a lasting effect on a fighter?
Absolutely. The embarrassment, the fact that you were put down on the canvas so much, it was on the biggest stage possible. I mean, those type of beatings, even though it was a close fight on the cards, we don't remember the scorecards, Chris. We remember the beatings. We remember Devin Haney on the canvas. We remember how swollen he was. And then, of course, we remember everything that was afterwards with the memes and the pictures and him and everyone else jumping on Ryan for his failed drug test. But we got to do it again because of so many questions were left unanswered. Can he do that on an even playing field? Can Haney do it better on a higher weight class? These are the questions we're interested about. But both these guys have tough fights in front of them before they can get in the ring.
All right, the opener is terrific. Teofimo Lopez defending his title against Arnold Barboza. Teofimo has the better resume, but Arnold Barboza has the momentum going into this fight. Sergio, I think this is a 50-50 type of fight, but I think it's going to be really competitive.
On paper, that's the best card on. Of course, you got star power with Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney, but on paper, 50-50, I would say 60-40 because the experience is on Teofimo's side. He's wiped out 135. He beat the best at 140. He has all the belts. He's a ring champion. That guy, when he's firing on all cylinders, Teofimo Lopez is one of the best fighters pound for pound in boxing. But like you said, momentum is on Arnold Barboza's side. He's coming off the best win of his career with Jack Catterall. He has a strap on his shoulder now. So that confidence, that momentum, that undefeated record, he's the only unbeaten fighter on that card. Bring that to the table. That's the fight of the night, in my opinion.
Now, I think Barboza fights a type of style that Teofimo has struggled with. You look back at some of his recent fights. Sandor Martin gave Teofimo Lopez problems with movement. You look at the Jermaine Ortiz fight, gave Teofimo problems with movement. To me, that's got to be the strategy for Arnold Barboza. Hit and use the entirety of the ring.
That's exactly what he's going to do. That's what he mastered at. I mean, Arnold Barboza knows how to in and out style. He has a great jab. Timing. I mean, that's the thing about that makes Barboza special. Timing and footwork, using the entire ring. He's not a power puncher. That's going to be on Teofimo's side. He's not the experienced fighter, even though he does have a good resume, Barboza. Experience is on Teofimo's side. Timing and footwork is going to be on Barboza's side, and of course we mentioned momentum. Excellent fight.
Yeah, excellent fight, excellent card all the way around. We are ready to get this press conference started. Let's go up to the dais and check in with the Hall of Famer, Mr. Michael Buffer.
The landmark venue, the Mayan Theater here in downtown Los Angeles, California, USA, and the final press conference as we lead up to an outstanding evening of world-class professional boxing for your entertainment. In Manhattan, at Times Square, New York City, New York, an evening that fight fans will never forget, as we have 3 outstanding fights. Teofimo Lopez versus Arnold Barboza Jr. Devin Haney versus Jose Ramirez. Ryan Garcia versus Romero. And it's all brought to you by Ring Magazine, along with SNK Corporation, the publisher of the famous video fight game, Fatal Fury City of Wolves, along with Oscar de la Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions, Eddie Hearn for Matchroom Boxing, Bob Arum's Top Rank Incorporated, and Warriors Boxing. And it will be broadcast exclusively on DAZN worldwide. Now at this time I'd like to introduce our distinguished panel that we have here at this press conference. Firstly, the Chief Operating Officer for Ring Magazine, Rick Reno. Chief Executive Officer for Matchroom Boxing, Frank Smith. Chief Operating Officer for Top Rank Boxing from the Boxing Hall of Fame, Mr. Brad Jacobs, and also from the International Boxing Hall of Fame, Olympic gold medalist, 7-time 6th Division World Champion in the ring, promoter of Arnold Barboza, Jose Ramirez, and Ryan Garcia from East LA, the Golden Boy, Oscar De La Hoya, here in his hometown of LA. So ladies and gentlemen, at this time, let's meet the fighters. First, just off his split decision victory over Jack Catterall, he still has a perfect professional record consisting of 32 fights, 32 victories. He is the undefeated WBO interim super lightweight world champion, and he'll be fighting Teofimo Lopez for the world title on the 2nd of May. Please welcome Arnold Barboza Jr. Got that belt. And ladies and gentlemen, our next fighter, he'll be in the ring with Devin Haney. His record stands at 29 victories, 18 wins by knockout, only 2 defeats. Former super welterweight champion of the world, El Jaguar, the Jaguar, Jose Carlos Ramirez. And next, a fan favorite because of his style. He's 16 victories, 13 of his 16 wins by knockout. He'll be facing Ryan Garcia, and he's the former interim world champion in the lightweight division. Also, former super lightweight champion of the world, Rolando Role Romero. Now from Brooklyn, New York, a 2-division world champion, 22 fights, 21 victories, 13 wins by knockout, only 1 defeat, the reigning and defending WBO super lightweight champion of the world, Teofimo the Takeover Lopez. And next, ladies and gentlemen, he's a 2-division world champion also, 31 victories, 15 wins by knockout. From Las Vegas, Nevada, the former undisputed lightweight world champion and the current WBC in recess undefeated super lightweight champion of the world, Devin the Dream Haney. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, one of the most well-known names in the sport today, from Victorville, California, USA. His professional record, 24 victories. 20 of those 24 by knockout. Only 1 defeat, 1 no contest. Former WBC lightweight champion of the world, Ryan Garcia. And at this time, ladies and gentlemen, let me turn this over to our host, Mr. Todd Grisham.
All right, thank you, Los Angeles. What a night it is going to be. As you can see on this dais, we've got world champions, former world champions, and future champions all ready to bring out the best in each other on a historic night. On May 2nd, the talking stops and the real work begins. But hopefully today, we get a taste of the intensity that these fighters plan to bring to the ring in Times Square. Without further ado, let's start with a question for Ring Magazine COO Rick Reno. Rick, you're a historian in the sport of boxing. How much do you think the results of this fight night will have on the boxing landscape?
I think it's going to have a big impact on the boxing landscape given the fighters that are involved. Obviously, it's no secret if Ryan and Devin win their respective fights, they will meet in the fall. There are also some plans for Teo, but you've got 3 hungry guys that are looking to derail that. And also it's an iconic setting. It's never been done before. And I think we're, setting the stage at Ring Magazine that think outside the box, to do something different. Other sports, they innovate, they change, they do different things, and I think boxing should do the same, and that's what we're looking to do, is to innovate and to switch things up.
All right, and now let's talk to the Chief Executive Officer of Matchroom Boxing, Frank Smith. Frank, you've had some unique environments for Matchroom. I remember we fought in Eddie Hearn's backyard, of course, but Times Square, a different animal altogether. What is this night going to look like?
Yeah, we've done some events in some amazing places, and when we first heard about the plans to go to Times Square, you thought it wouldn't be possible. But seeing some of the things that have been put together recently, it just shows the level that this sport can go to. Boxing's in a great place. What the Ring magazine are doing with boxing is unbelievable, and I'm excited for it. It's going to be a great night, and these fighters are also, fortunate in many ways to be able to experience an event in a location like Times Square, because who would have thought this would have been possible many, many years ago? You've got 6 tremendous fighters up here, and this is really going to set up some huge fights for the rest of the year coming off the back of this. So we're excited for it. It's going to be a great night, and looking forward to watching it all live on DAZN exclusively around the world.
All right, thank you, Frank. Now to Brad Jacobs, the CEO of Top Rank Boxing. You covered your first boxing match back in 1981. That was 44 years ago. You had a huge afro back then, a real thick mustache. You've seen it all in boxing, but have you ever seen anything like we're going to see May 2nd in Times Square?
You're right. Thanks for reminding me how many years I've been in the business. Look, it's a testament to these fighters. It's a testament to His Excellency and to the Ring Magazine crew for even thinking of a venue like Times Square. I echo Frank's sentiments. We've done events all over the world in every imaginable place you can think of, but not Times Square. And the center of the sports and entertainment world will have their eyes on Times Square that night.
Can't wait. And now we turn our attention to the Hall of Famer himself, Oscar De La Hoya. You've got 3 fighters on this card. What do you expect from Arnold Barboza, Jose Ramirez, and Ryan Garcia?
How happy are you to see Ryan Garcia back? I mean, come on. Come on. Let's go. Ryan Garcia is back, baby. Badder than ever. I mean, look at him, fresher than ever. I like what I see, man. And May 2nd, in Times Square, this event could not take place without Ryan Garcia. That's the bottom line. Times Square, 500,000 people watching on the street, closing down the street. It's going to be incredible. I'm proud to be part of it. Obviously, Turkey, thank you for bringing boxing back, for making the events happen. But look, we have 3 fighters on the Golden Boy roster. This is the opportunities that fighters deserve. This is what boxing is all about, so I'm very proud to be part of it.
Certainly exciting times for Golden Boy. And now how about we hear from some of the fighters? And let's start with a man who may not have stopped talking since the last press conference. Teofimo Lopez is in the house. Arnold Barboza Jr., though, has seemingly been able to verbally keep up with you. How much do you make of his confidence that he's actually going to beat you on May the 2nd?
What you mean? No. Well, first off, I want to say thank you, God. Thank you for this time, for all of us being here as one. It's a pleasure. I'm grateful to be here. Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves, May 2nd. It's amazing to be here. And nah, man, to be honest, I'm focused on myself. That's all it is. My biggest competition is myself. I can care less what Arnold got to say on that side. We're here to take over, man.
I assume you're going to explain what you brought with you on the stage. Is that
oh, yeah.
the prop?
Man, hold up. All right, so shout out to my man Ash, man. But listen, I'm the Giant Slayer, all right? I'm the Giant Slayer, and we slay every giant they talk about. And although I don't think Arnold Barboza is a giant, but I know who's behind it.
Bro.
I know who's behind him. And you know whoever's behind him, we gonna slay him. I ain't no fake. You fake it till you make it. We made it. We made it.
You ain't fight nobody.
Shit.
What?
Look at that. He gotta lie. He gotta fucking lie. Imagine that. Who we having for? Imagine that. They gotta lie. They gotta lie. They gotta lie all the time. They can't even believe their own lie. You can't even believe your own lie. Wait, what do you think it is?
You ain't shit, bro. You ain't shit.
You're right. I am this shit.
You ain't shit.
I am the shit.
You think you shit? You gonna see
Hell yeah. I'm gonna wipe your face with my ass, nigga.
I'm gonna beat the fuck out of you.
Damn right.
Beat the fuck out of your ass.
Shit, you ain't gonna do nothing.
That's what I'm gonna do.
All right.
Teofimo, you
shit.
You talked about some
And what
of the-
you looking at, Haney? What you looking at,
Oh,
Haney?
my God.
What the fuck you looking at? What you think this is?
You got on makeup. You got on makeup. Don't talk to me.
Damn right. Hey, what up, baby? Hey, you ever heard of Brett Michaels?
Man, you
Hey, you ever heard of Brett Michaels? What up, man? Hey, that man a love master too. We get all the ladies.
You're a character.
Yeah?
WWE.
I'm the character.
WWE.
Matter of fact, hey, let me get that Richard Mill that you got there.
What?
Let me get that Richard. Let me get that Richie. Yeah, I know. Hey,
Never.
Hey, Todd, how you doing, Todd?
I'm doing well. Let me talk to Arnold for just a second. He's
who cares about that
not
guy?
going to let you get a word in edgewise, Arnold.
Stupid.
What's it going to take to beat him? He obviously likes to talk a lot, but you got to respect what he's done in the ring and his skills, do you not?
Man, my belt buckle, man. I got a cock right here, a big cock.
This is gonna be my easiest
Big
fight.
cock right
This is gonna
here,
be my
man.
easiest fight. My last 4 fights will be my easiest fight. Slap that clown around is what I'm gonna do.
Why will he be easy for you?
Man, he thinks he's something special, man. He's been taken care of by Top Rank. But now Top Rank pulled that fucking card. Now they're letting him play.
What you mean? They
Hey,
haven't even taken care of me.
Top
What
Rank
are you talking about?
Hey,
They
Top
haven't
Rank
even
don't even
taken
want
care
to
of
be
me.
here. Top Rank don't want to represent your ass.
Man, they took me to the top. I ain't gonna lie, but when I beat Lomachenko, that was it.
That Top Rank
That
knows
was
they don't
it.
want to be here to represent your
That
ass,
was
bro.
it.
They know that. They kept
It
your ass
don't
in that
matter.
protection program
Money
for a
talk,
long
bullshit
time.
walk. Money
They
talk,
kept
bullshit
your
walk.
ass in that protection program
Money
for a
talk,
long time.
bullshit walk.
With that super championship. You avoided me for 2-3 years. Man, shut your ass up.
Who is you?
Who is me? You said
is
you
you?
said the last 3
Now-
people.
now you my
the
man, so
hold
you
on,
been fighting
hold on.
worse
The
fighters.
last 2, 3, or 4 opponents are better than me. They're better records than me.
yeah.
Well, they weren't even ranked in
yeah.
the top 10. They had a ranking for you.
Yeah, they
Fuck
are.
out of here.
They are.
Fuck out of
Well,
here.
Tio, what would you say is
I'm
your...
gonna fix that.
Yo,
nose
I got
for you,
half.
too.
I got less fighters.
I'm
I got less
gonna
fighters
fix
in
that
this
nose
man.
for you too,
And I
bro,
got
so
more
you don't have
world
to worry about
titles
no
in
surgery.
there. The proof is in the pudding.
All right,
We got
TVO,
less
just one
fights
second.
in
Hold on a
there.
second, Arnold, if you
Fights
don't mind.
in
Hold on one second. What's been your
I
best
just-
win?
wait,
What's your
Todd.
best win in your career, and do you have to fight as good as you did in that fight to beat Arnold Barboza?
Shoot, when I won the National Golden Gloves back in 2015. When I won the National Golden Gloves back in 2015. That wasn't even a pro fight. That was amateurs. Fuck out of here.
All right, let's turn our
Hey,
attention.
Todd.
Yeah.
How old is Arnold?
Hey, it don't matter, bro. I'm gonna beat the fuck out of you.
Todd, I'm asking you, Todd. His name's Arnold.
What's the matter?
Todd, how old is he?
He looks 24.
Ah, suck a dick. How old is he?
What
Look
are
at
you,
this. You
he's
see what I
32?
mean? I'm in. Hold
What
up.
are you,
I'm in a
32?
table full of.
33. He's
I'm in a
33.
table full of all these guys that they say they ruin boxing. No. Boxing's not ruined. You just got schmucks like this that's on stage that ruins it. They can't even answer the damn question. How old is he, Todd?
He's 33 years old. Tio.
Damn right. He's
So
fucking
if
old.
a 33-year-old beats you, what would that say about you?
Exactly. Ain't nobody gonna beat me. I'm 27. Put the odds against. Hey, you know what? DraftKings, all of y'all, put the odds against me. Put me as the underdog, and we'll see what happens that night.
All right, let's turn our attention to Devin Haney. You guys gave him an award reception earlier, right? Big fans of Devin Haney here in the house? Devin, last week you seemed very quiet, very reserved, not like you. Why have you been a little standoffish, it seems, for this build-up?
Tio, shut the fuck up, bro. Don't start shit today. Don't start. No, alhamdulillah, I'm happy to be here. I'm just excited to be back, in boxing and under the lights. I'm excited for it. And I'm really just focused right now. I got tunnel vision.
Are you happy to have this fight against Jose Ramirez, or did you prefer to fight Ryan Garcia straight away when you came back?
Of course, that's the big fight is Ryan Garcia, but I cannot look past Jose Ramirez. I know that he's a tough competitor. I know that he's coming to win. And to get to the Ryan fight, first we got to beat Jose Ramirez, and that's what I look to do.
I'm sure you've heard what some boxing fans are saying. They're thinking after that fight with Ryan Garcia, you may not be the same fighter you were that night. Are you going to be a different version of Devin Haney?
Yeah, a better version, inshallah. I've been in the gym working quietly behind the scenes ever since the Ryan fight, just getting better, perfecting my craft, and you guys gonna see an even better, new and improved version of Devin Haney.
Do you think Ryan Garcia's punishment fit the crime? Do you think 1 year was good enough? Are you at peace with that now?
That's not for me to determine right now. My main focus is Jose Ramirez, and then lining it back up with Ryan Garcia. Whatever his punishment, that's what it was, and I look to punish him in the ring.
All right, your opponent, Jose Ramirez, is with us, everybody. Jose, always a class act, a great person. He's done so much in Central California. We all appreciate that and respect that. But you're a fighter at heart. You know how important this fight is for you. What has to happen for you to have your arm raised when you fight Devin Haney?
That's the way. First and foremost, I just want to thank God, for this opportunity. Like always, And by the way, I'm also a 2012 Olympian. If I'm not mistaken, I'm the only Olympian in this, over here on this stage. And
No, you're not. I'm 2016 Olympian.
That's right.
That's right.
No one gives a fuck. Anyways. I'm thankful, and I'm looking forward to May 2nd. I'm gonna go out there and do what I have to do. I know how much this fight means to me and to the team and to my family. So, I know, making my way to 147, and I'm gonna be a lot stronger, a lot faster, a lot healthier, feeling very rejuvenated. So I'm looking forward to making the statement May 2nd.
Is Devin Haney going to be a more difficult fight for you than Arnold Barboza was?
Well, we'll see. It's different. It's just, it's different opponents. You can't really ask that, Go back to those, to the old times. A fighter used to lose to one fighter and then beat the other fighter. You can't say that in boxing. It's a different division. It's going to be a different Jose Ramirez.
A lot of people are going to wonder about the state of Devin Haney's chin after his fight with Ryan Garcia. Are you going to be able to test that chin?
Bro, of course I'm going to test the chin. That's my job, Even if it was 31-0 with 31 knockouts, my job is to test his chin. I
don't understand what you mean by chin. I got up every single time against somebody that was on PDs. So that showed that I had a chin.
Well, it shows you had a heart for sure.
Get him. Get him.
I said it certainly showed you had a lot of heart.
Exactly. So I showed I got a chin.
Get him.
All right, now let's turn our attention to Rolly Romero, everybody. You saw what Ryan Garcia did a year ago. How concerned are you with that left hook that he is so proud of?
Not very concerned at all.
At all?
At all.
You're going to defend it? You're going to stop it? How do you counteract it? How does he not land it?
You move the fuck out the way.
You said earlier today when you're talking to the Ring Magazine that Ryan Garcia is not chasing championships. He's basically just wants to be a model. What did you mean by that?
Well, he didn't make way for his last 4 title fights, and he didn't even try to make way with Tank, so yeah, he's not chasing a belt. But we'll see. May 2nd.
What's the game plan to beat Ryan Garcia?
I already got a game plan. I didn't have one when I whooped his ass, so...
Are you talking about in sparring?
Yeah.
How many years ago was that?
8.
And you think that's relevant to this fight? You think you learned something back then you can take forward to this fight?
No, I wasn't really trying to learn that day. I was trying to whoop his ass, that's all.
All right, how about we hear now from Ryan Garcia. He's back, ladies and gentlemen. Ryan, first of all, just your thoughts on Rolly Romero as an opponent for you.
I just want to thank God, thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ before anything. As far as Rolly as my next opponent, he wasn't my first choice for sure.
He was or was not?
No, he wasn't. It was Pitbull Cruz, but things played out a different way. But I'm really focused on just whooping Devin Haney's ass again. That's all I'm really worried about. So, just to not even redeem myself, but just cement that bullshit fucking Austrian bullshit. What you probably did set up. We know you did that. Where's your little brother? Is your brother in the house? Because your brother knew before everybody else, and you don't answer that question.
My little brother right there.
Okay, so how do you know before everybody else? Corruption at its finest.
Positive?
Corruption at its finest. They couldn't take the loss. What's up, man? I know y'all see you. I don't want to touch that. I don't know what you're doing with your hands, buddy. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to look past Broly. Hey, that Austrian don't help you block a left hook, bro. You got hit like 1,000 times.
Okay, so
you got dribbled off the canvas. You know nothing was taken. You know damn well. You know damn well.
Do not do drugs, kids.
Do not do drugs? Do not do... Okay, hey, he had that in his back pocket the whole time.
Get him. Rolly, he just said he's looking past you to fight Devin Haney. That doesn't concern you at all?
I think Devin should get the fight again.
But he said he's not even worried about you. He's not even thinking about you. He's looking forward to that fight, that you're just going to be a bump in the road.
He can think whatever he wants. He knows me too well, so...
How easy is it going to be? How long will Rolly last with you in the ring?
Facts. There you go. He answered it for me. About 2 seconds. Nah, I mean, he's going to come to fight. I'm not taking him lightly or anything like that. You know, I'm still going to train my best. But, you know, everybody really wants to see the rematch, and that's where my heart's at. So I just got to, you know, prepare well, and I know I'm the better fighter. I'm going to knock him out, so that's it.
How close to Devin Haney is Rolly Romero, skill-wise?
You fucked up, man.
That was a question. I didn't give you the answer.
I don't know. Not going to answer that.
All right, well, Ryan, obviously you've had a wild last year. You've heard a lot of things said about you, some true, some not so true. What's one of the misconceptions about you that you'd like to straighten today and tell people about you?
I'm just not a clone. I'm not a clone. Everybody thinks I'm a clone, so I got to tell everybody I'm not a clone. Nah, but I don't know. Just that, I don't know. I don't really know.
I got a question. Are you training with Eddie or no? Eddie Reynoso?
No, T. I couldn't take you talking the whole camp, so I just had to dip on it.
All right, bet. But
Yeah,
we
you bringing
work
that
too.
sword,
We work,
so-
so
It don't
we
even matter,
disciplined.
T.
You know,
So
that's
get
not
your
what
ass-
I
What
heard.
happened?
That's not what I heard. You know what I'm saying? I heard that.
You said what?
I heard you ain't want to go to Lake Tahoe.
You said, no, that's not the case. Circumstances.
All right.
Still gonna get
All right,
your
so you
ass
get it
beat,
right
T.O.
there. All right, thank you.
All right, you wanted to say something, Arnold?
I'm just saying, Teal's still gonna get his ass beat. No matter where he trains or who trains him, he's still gonna get his fucking ass beat. That shit don't even matter, dog.
All right, now, hey, put your money.
Shit don't even matter, dog. Shut the fuck up.
Bet.
Shut
I
up,
love it.
shut
I love
up,
it. I
shut
love it.
up.
I'm so
Shut
grateful.
your ass up.
I love
Oh
it.
my
Yeah,
God,
talk that shit,
even
Dan.
worse.
Talk
Fuck.
that shit.
Man,
Damn right.
shut your ass up. Go sit.
Hey,
go
oh,
in the
y'all
back or
shut your
something,
ass
bro.
up.
Go
You
get
ain't
drunk
done
or some
nothing
shit.
in boxing. How long
Fuck,
he's
bro.
been pro? Hey, Brad, how long
Man,
has
I
he
ain't know
been
why his
pro?
son acts like that because of you. Look at, damn,
Hey,
bro.
how long has he been pro?
You ain't training shit.
Damn
Shut
right.
the fuck up.
Damn
If
right.
you're training him, oh my
Yeah.
God.
Heck yeah.
God, it's over.
Yeah.
It's over. It's over.
Hey, but I know y'all got him picked.
It's over.
I know y'all got him picked. And it's okay.
Teofimo, who's the most talented fighter up here besides yourself? Who do you have the most respect for?
All right, most respectfully, my son, Teofimo Lopez.
Man, you suck, bro. You ain't shit.
All of y'all suck, man. Y'all
Man,
ain't,
shut
y'all ain't
up.
this, man. Y'all
Your
ain't
fucking
never
nose
done it.
sucks,
Y'all ain't
bro.
never
Shut
done
up.
it. All y'all suck, man.
Man,
Yeah.
Ryan,
Man,
are
shut up, bro. Fucking sit down.
Ryan, do you feel it's important for
and
you
your
to
son can't shut the fuck
for you
up.
to make a statement to send a message not only to your fans but to Devin Haney when you fight Rolly Romero?
God, shut yourself.
Yeah, I mean, all my fights are statements, so, you know, every fight is important. I can't go in here not trying to do my best, so, yeah, of course.
Teofimo, who's going to steal the show that night? Who are we going to be talking about after the 3 fights are over?
I am. The fans are gonna steal the show that night. That's what it's all about. You know, we want everybody to to actually tune in, pull up. It's open to the public, right? Right? So yeah, all you guys gonna win that night. You know, you guys get 3 of the hottest commodities in the sport of boxing, really. So you know, and then not only that, but there's 6 of us, really. So you know, I think that's really what's really gonna matter to everything. Is like we're the face of the next generation that's coming in the sport of boxing. That's the most important part. I want everybody to win outside of Arnold Barboza, so that's about it.
Devin, what are we going to be saying about you after your performance on May the 2nd?
Like I said, that I'm an even better version than I was before. That like I said, I'm a new and improved version of myself.
Ryan, who's on your radar other than Devin Haney, obviously, and Rolly Romero? Who's another guy that you want to target in your next 3 fights?
T.O. right there, yep.
What up with it?
Yeah, I want that. You know I want that.
Hey, pause, man. You want this?
No pause.
Hey, Ryan,
No pause.
Hey, Ryan,
I want that. I want that belt. I want everything.
So you think Teofimo will beat Arnold Barboza?
No, I mean, you can't look past Arnold Barboza, so...
Hey, Ryan, he's gonna be damaged goods, bro. Trust me, he ain't gonna want to do that.
Yo, Arnold was looking at you the whole time. Yo,
bro.
Ryan, Arnold was looking at you the whole time. This
bro, he'd be damaged good.
All right, let's give each fighter a chance to say something to their fans and give us their prediction for what's going to happen in their fight. Jose, let's start with you. May 2nd. Let's talk to your fans and give us your prediction.
Yeah, I just can't wait for May 2nd, man. I'm going to make a statement, and that's how I'm going to do. You know, I'm focused on the fight. That's it.
Arnold Barboza Jr.
May 2nd, man. I'm coming out victorious. Doesn't matter how it happens, it happens. Teal fucking sucks. I'm going to beat the shit out of him. That's it. And he ain't going to be the same after this, trust me.
Rolly
and his
Romero.
dad, too. His punk-ass dad, too.
Rolly Romero.
No prediction, just tune in.
Devin the Dream Haney.
I can't.
Hey, why do you think? Does that bother you that they're booing you and this is the guy that's supposed to be the bad guy? This is the guy
Because they know it's bullshit. Everybody knows it's bullshit. That's why they're booing it.
I've always been a bad guy. I'm cool with it. Tune in May 2nd.
And Teofimo, we will give you the last word. What will we see May the 2nd from you?
May the 2nd. Listen, guys, I haven't even hit my prime yet. I'm 27. I haven't even hit my prime. And the whole thing is like, you guys seen a version of me, and I did everything so quick. So for me, it's just tune in. Tune in May the 2nd. And you guys can all follow me on all my social media platforms, by the way, at Teofimo Lopez. You know, I got to squeeze that in, man, because today's society is not like the throwbacks of the old generation fighters that I used to look up to. So, yeah, at Teofimo Lopez, May the 2nd. Yeah, man, Lights Out Lopez. We're going to do it to him.
All right, I guess I'm going to give Ryan the last word. You're in the main event. You may be the most popular fighter right now. You've got the most eyes on you, the most to prove. What's your prediction? What's going to happen May 2nd?
I put Rollies to sleep with a left hook. That's it. That's what you're going to see. Period.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it will happen May the 2nd, live on DAZN. We're about to have the fighters give us their stare down, and for that, I'll bring back to the stage the one and only Michael Buffer.
Let's go.
Well, all right, Sergio, that was definitely a spicier press conference than we saw in New York City.
Spicier and more entertaining. I don't know what changed. Maybe it's the weather out here on the West Coast, but yeah, that's what people want to see. That's how you sell a fight. That's how you get people talking. Exactly how they acted.
The WBO Super Lightweight Championship of the World is on the line. Two-time world champion Teofimo, the takeover Lopez, takes on the undefeated interim champ, Arnold Barboza Jr.
You know, we talked about this fight at the top of the show being the most competitive, and these last two press conferences, nothing I've seen has made me change that. Yes, Teofimo Lopez has the better of the two resumes, but Arnold Barboza coming into this fight with a lot of momentum. Back-to-back wins over quality opponents, Jose Ramirez, and most recently against Jack Catterall over in Manchester. And you can see all the last week, Sergio, the confidence brimming in Arnold Barboza.
Not only the momentum, Mannix, but the fact that this guy carries a strategy to the table from the beginning to the end. He's not afraid of no one. He's always been the underdog. He's beaten good fighters. He's ready for this moment.
The takeover, Lopez, and the undefeated interim champ, Arnold Barboza Jr. It's all for the WBO Super Lightweight World Championship.
Well, if the bad blood didn't exist between these two, it does now.
A triple header. This will be one of the major contests for the WBO Super Lightweight World title.
What do you think of that, Sergio? Quick slap from Teofimo Lopez on the way out.
Ah, man, I don't like it. I don't like it. That's bad sportsmanship. Now, if it was a punch, that'll be different.
All right, moving
Fighters
on,
don't
ladies
slap.
and gentlemen. Let's go to our next bout. Undefeated two-time world champion Devin the Dream Haney takes on former super lightweight champion of the world, Jose El Jaguar Ramirez.
Very interesting fight between two guys that need a win. Devin Haney coming off that no contest against Ryan Garcia. Jose Ramirez, he's got to get a win to keep his career going.
World champion Jose El Jaguar Ramirez.
This fight be contested at catch weight, I'm told.
Friday, May
144
2nd, Times
pounds.
Square, New York City. Live on DAZN Worldwide. Two of the best in the world at 140 pounds facing each other. Next up, face to face,
former lightweight world champion Ryan King Ryan Garcia, and the former super lightweight champion of the world, Romero. Garcia versus Romero, Friday, May 2nd, live from Manhattan, Times Square in New York City, New York. It's all live on DAZN worldwide. 3 fights, all 3 main event quality contests. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for coming here tonight to the Mayan Theater. Don't forget Friday. Fatal Fury.
Well, there you have it, Sergio. Press conference complete. We got a little bit more than we had gotten the first time around. A slap from Teofimo Lopez, a little bit of jawing there from Ryan Garcia. You gotta like the animosity starting to build.
Like I love. That's how a press conference is supposed to be. That's how you sell a fight. That's how you build anticipation. That's how you build the animosity with these fighters. Fighters need to feel like fighters. Look, I don't approve of the slap, but I approve of them selling the fight. And there's deep down rooted anger there. Barboza and Teofimo don't like each other. These guys are 2 guys from the street, both champions. Both know they could fight. I mean, I love seeing that, man. That's passion at its best. That's how you sell a fight.
You know what I loved seeing? I love seeing Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney go at it a little bit. These guys have not been in the same room, on the same stage in almost a year since that last press conference in New York City, which was followed by that fight and the aftermath with Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney. They went at it a little bit there, Sergio.
A little bit, but it wasn't as a lot of it like the Barboza and Teofimo. But yes, I'm glad to see Devin Haney speak up a little bit more. He's the bad guy. Believe it or not, like Todd Grisham said, why are they booing Devin Haney, who does everything right? He didn't get popped for PEDs in his last fight. Ryan Garcia, they're cheering him. So look, it just goes to show you, no matter what you do, it's what the fans want and the fans believe. And right now, the fans are supporting Ryan Garcia instead of Devin Haney.
Now, what do you make of that fight between Devin Haney and Jose Ramirez? Because Devin says we're going to see a new and improved version of him. You ask people in boxing, and they say, hey, even though that loss was wiped off the record of Devin Haney, you can't wipe away the beating that he took in the ring. Jose Ramirez, same thing. He has been a 140-pound champion or contender for his entire pro career. Now here he is moving up in weight. This is one of those true fights that I'm not really sure what to make of either guy going in.
Look, this is the one that's kind of up in the air because look, Devin Haney is coming back from a physical fight, a very physical fight. Ramirez has never been in a physical fight like that. You know, he's lost a fight, but it wasn't a beating. It wasn't a fight where he had to, pick himself up from the canvas. Ramirez hasn't looked sharp, I'll give him that, but he has the experience, he has the toughness, going all the way back to representing the United States as an Olympian, as a champion, a unified champion. He has he's a veteran. He has a resume, he has the goods. If he can bring back all that for one night, he's gonna be trouble for Devin Haney.
All right, first up for Devin Haney is Jose Ramirez. Next up might be Ryan Garcia. Let's go back to the stage and hear from Ryan Garcia, who's standing by with Todd Grisham. All right, we're having a couple of audio issues there with Todd's mic. We'll get back to that in just a minute. Ryan Garcia not only coming back after a year layoff, Sergio, but moving up a new weight as well. Did his 140-pound career, didn't really last very long. Now here he is fighting at 147.
Yeah, and coming back talking as well. That's entertaining one to see. Someone that actually wants to sell the fight.
All right, let's go back up to the stage. I think we've got the audio issues fixed. Here's Todd Grisham.
Yeah, I think the mic's fixed. Is it fixed? All right, what did you think of that slap? It sure sounded loud.
Yeah, it did. I guess Teo was mad that he took off his hat. I guess he loves his hat that much. But I don't know. I don't think you should do that shit, but it happened. And I don't know what they're going to do about it. But
what would you have done if Teo slapped you like that?
I would have fucking tried to kill him.
I was doing my best to stir the pot for Rolly Romero. Everyone was talking about, man, the build-up to that Garcia-Romero fight's going to be so good. He just hasn't said anything. Why do you think he's doing that?
I think he's a little shell-shocked. When somebody's in front of you, it's hard to talk shit. It's like I'm staring him down.
Well, even when you said, I'm looking past you, I'm looking to Devin Haney, that didn't even seem to bother him. Do you feel like he's just thinking, I need to go in there and collect a paycheck and not get hurt?
Yeah, I think that's what it is. He's a deer caught in headlights right now, and when I'm looking at him, he doesn't want to engage in anything. So right here, I'm just trying to do my job, make a statement, knock him out, and give the fans what they really want, that rematch.
How does the build-up to this event feel different than your last fight, the build-up to Devin Haney?
It's more, I mean, there's so many characters right here, and you got Teofimo talking 24/7. But as far as the build-up, I mean, less animosity. You know, with me and Devin, it was pretty, bad blood. But here, it's kind of like I'm here to just do my job.
Before you fought Devin Haney, I know you were talking about retiring in your mid-20s. You're just going to box for a little while. How do you feel about the sport now that you've been gone for a year?
I mean, you got Turkey, involved. That's bringing all these huge events. It gets me excited, with potential fights at Alcatraz, and you got Times Square right in the middle of Times Square. Kind of boosts me to get back in it, I feel like boxing was on a slow decline, but then, I fought Tank Davis, and I feel like that's what kind of boosted things up. And now you see Turkey coming into boxing, and I think that inspires me to keep going.
When you fought Devin Haney, you became more of just a fighter in there. You weren't really boxing. You were trying to take his head off. Is that going to be the same strategy you have for Rolly, or you're going to fight a little differently?
Every fight is different. For me, I think here you're going to see more of a pure boxer. You're going to see something like what happened to Fonseca. That's all I can say.
I remember that one. I was there for that one. Or Duno. Duno, you got it pretty good.
But Fonseca, I think this is what you're going to see this one.
All right, well, Ryan, good luck to you, and look forward to seeing you in the ring.
Thank you.
All right, back to you guys.
Todd almost let Ryan Garcia hang in there for a moment. Gave a little handshake. Todd took a second to shake that hand. It is a very different Ryan Garcia, Sergio. We saw him in the build-up to the Devin Haney fight. There was just a way about him. He was, borderline manic out there during that fight. Now we're seeing a much more calm, more reserved guy. He's talking about setting up his shots. What do you think you've seen, or what have you seen out of Ryan Garcia this week?
I'm not buying it. I'm not buying the reserved Ryan Garcia. I'll be honest with you. He is who he is. He's a passionate kid that knows how to fight. He has the speed, the power. He has the looks. He knows how to carry the celebrity. He knows how to act in front of the cameras. He puts it on when he wants to, and then he shuts it down when he wants to. That's just the way it is.
Yeah, but he didn't do that last year, Sergio. He didn't do that last year. He was very different last year. I mean, he was aggressive. He shows up at the weigh-in. He's in Devin Haney's face. He's drinking a beer at the weigh-in. He was a very different person.
And he still was able to perform. Whether it was a failed drug test or not, he still was able to perform. He still was able to be a beast in there, a dangerous Ryan Garcia. Now, he tested positive for a performance-enhancing drug. Okay, that's a shadow on his performance. But if he could do it again on a clean slate with a clean bill of health and no excuses, if he can do the exact same thing, guess what? His star just grew bigger and even brighter. That's just the way it is.
Arnold Barboza is going to join us up here on the stage in just a couple of minutes. If you had been slapped by one of your opponents, what would your reaction have been?
Listen, man, I've been slapped in the face a lot. Not by a man, though. There's something more disrespectful. Fighters are accustomed to getting punched, but somehow a slap is more disrespectful. I will take that personal. I want to ask Barboza, and I want to ask Teofimo what made him do that, because that just made this fight even more interesting, more passionate, more mean. I've been accustomed to seeing guys punch in the stare down, never a slap.
Yeah, it was quite the moment there on stage with Arnold Barboza and Teofimo Lopez. We've talked a lot about the state of mind of Devin Haney coming into this fight after that last loss. Let's hear more about that. Todd Grisham is standing by with the father and trainer of Devin Haney, Bill Haney.
Yes, Bill Haney is here, and your son is still the undisputed champion of the world. I know you want to get that out.
Youngest undisputed champion of the world, and you're full of shit.
Me?
You're full of shit. And I hope that this is what you guys wanted to do. It's a fucking circus act. Devin is a real fighter, and you showed no respect up there. You showed no respect for what he's done for boxing. He's a 2-division champion and undisputed champion, and you're a piece of shit.
Well, that's not kind of you to say.
Well, I mean, I'm just telling you the truth.
Well, why are the fans booing him then?
Well, I mean, that's because a part of it. We are in LA. This is a great boxing market, right? But it's made up predominantly of Hispanic fans that cheer for Ryan Garcia, and that's quite all right.
Well, it's okay. It's okay to be the bad guy.
But listen, and it's okay to be the bad guy, but it's not good for you to be the piece of shit that you are.
Well, explain what you mean by that.
Well,
what did I do specifically?
Well, you didn't describe him for who he was.
Michael Buffer introduced him.
No, but you on the stage You painted Ryan Garcia as if he's won something. He's a PED drug cheat. You never said that that's really
I did.
what
I
it is.
asked your son
That's what it
specifically
is.
if the punishment
That's what
fit
it
the
is.
crime. I asked your son that specifically,
Yeah.
and he said he was at peace at it.
Yeah, well, I mean, the punishment is one thing, but how you describe what that fighter is and what he is, you didn't do.
Okay, well, I'm sorry you feel that way. I have the most respect for your son. I think he's amazing at it.
I don't think that you do. I think that you are political, right? You did just what you wanted to do, and you got it off. I mean, and that's what this promotion has been about. But number 9.
But we're trying to sell a fight here. You know this, right?
Well, you sell it right.
All right,
you sell it
here's
right.
your chance
You
to sell it.
right. You sell it right. March 2nd, Devin will come in, and he's going to be what he's going to be a better version of Devin Haney, just like he said.
There you go. You still feel that way about me? Come on. Give me a hug.
No.
All right, come on, Bill. You're just
no,
all right. He's out of here. All right, back to you guys. May 2nd.
Well, that I didn't see coming, Sergio.
I have.
So let me try to interpret some of that, because I know from talking to the Haneys over the last 6 months or so, they've been upset about a couple of things. Number one, the idea that Devin doesn't have a chin. And this is something you and I have argued about. They believe that, hey, the fact that he got up from all those knockdowns is proof that he does have a chin. I happen to agree with that, because I think you get clipped eventually when you take on high-level opponents. They have a problem with that. They also have a problem with this, what they see as a brushing under the rug of Ryan Garcia's positive test. He is, in their mind, being feted as a hero, as somebody, a conquering hero coming back to the boxing ring. What they want to do is remind people that there's a reason he's been out of the ring for the last year.
Look, it's only a matter of time till all of us get called a bad word by Bill Haney. He's passionate about his son, all right? And he has a lot of right to be passionate, because, yes, Ryan Garcia did fail a performance-enhancing drug test. But the flip side of that is, I mean, the chin of Devin Haney. He was still on the canvas. He still picked himself up. He still fought. It was a great fight. We want to see it again. But, man, this is how you sell a fight. Todd Grisham was right. This is how you sell a fight. And we do all our talking in the ring. But for Bill Haney to respond like that, it was just a bad move, because normally he's real calm, cool, and collected, says all the right things. This time around, I just don't like the way he treated this man right here, the Zone's own Todd Grisham.
Well, the fact that you've talked that way to me for years had me prepared for that moment. But I feel for you now, Chris, to have to deal with that sort of stuff. But I didn't think I did anything wrong. Did I? I'm being told, hey, to get these guys going, let's sell a fight. So that's what I'm trying to do up there.
Well, no, I just explained to Sergio, I think they do have a problem with the way Ryan Garcia has been re-received by the public, welcomed back by the public, and seemingly the forgetting that he did something wrong to earn this time out of the ring. He hasn't been out of the ring for almost a year now for no reason. He was caught using a banned substance, and I think that's what bothered Bill Haney. But you're right, look, this is about Ryan and Devin. Look, right now we're talking about Ryan Garcia against Rolly Romero. We're talking about Devin Haney against Jose Ramirez. But this is all being set up to eventually get to the rematch between Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney. And I think that fight is going to be electric. If both these guys get through their fights, the build-up to that rematch is going to be outstanding. And I think we will finally see settled in the ring who is the better fighter.
And if it happens, I hope that you interview Bill Haney, because we saw what happened there. But no, I can't.
Hey, listen, he's going to have to deal with those conversations. They're uncomfortable conversations to have. But does your son still have a chin? Is he? We've seen it over the years. You get knocked around like that.
You were absolutely right, because he didn't get embraced by the fans here.
Right.
I mean, they had nothing to do with it.
I'm not booing him.
You're not booing him, but everyone else here was booing him. So I think you handled yourself well. But there's a lot to prove, man. The pride was wounded by the Haneys, all right? So that's the thing. They got to get their respect back. They got to get their pride back. The only way to do that is not by beating Ramirez. It's by knocking out Ryan Garcia. That's what fans want to see. That's how you get back on the big stage, and that's how you get back on the pound-for-pound rankings.
I did think it was interesting watching Rolly Romero up there, who has been slightly less than catatonic at times, it seems like. You asked him, how do you avoid that left hook? He just said, get out of the way of it. He said he doesn't mind if Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney fight after this fight. So I have been bemused, I guess, by the Rolly Romero experience over the last week.
Well, I asked Ryan Garcia about it. I think he was even shocked. He thinks he's a deer in the headlights, and maybe he is. seems disengaged, almost a little bit kind of like Ryan was leading up to the Devin Haney fight. You know, you couldn't get a straight answer from him. You didn't know if he's going to show up on time. And, you know, hey, Rolly's here. He seems to be enjoying the moment. But as far as that pre-fight hype that we were so excited to hear from him, he's been as quiet as a mouse, Sergio.
That's what happens when you get knocked out, not once but twice. When you get knocked out like that, the bravado that you used to have, the invincibility that you carried yourself out, you know, onto the ring, onto the promotion, you know, now that's not the case anymore. You've been chin-checked. You've been knocked out. You've been, you know, embarrassed on the big stage. So now it's time for you to come back and do something and knock a guy out. He didn't do that in his last fight. So if he can't do it in his last fight, how do you expect him to do it on the big stage?
All right, well, May 2nd cannot come soon enough. 3-fight card, all three compelling, tremendous fights. We got some action coming well before then. A busy weekend on DAZN for you diehards. On Friday, Brian Collins will meet Will Harrison in Liverpool. Also on Friday, Yuri Cedeno takes on Ulysses Tova Rivera in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. On Saturday, Queensberry presents Nick Ball and TJ Doheny battling it out in Liverpool. Note this fight is not available in the UK on DAZN. Then Hernando Vargas takes on Eduardo Hernandez in Long Beach, California. And finally, we will be in Orlando, Florida for Austin Ammo Williams, set to return to the ring in an exciting super middleweight contest to face Canadian Patrice Volney as part of our 185-plus fight nights per year. Well, make sure you head over to the DAZN platform. You can see our stacked upcoming schedule. We list out all the exciting fights. We'll be streaming live on DAZN. Plus, don't forget, DAZN is also the global home of soccer.
Greatness comes to DAZN this summer. The world's best players will be summoned together to decide the greatest club on earth.
Vinicius, great chance to score.
Goats will battle Wonder Kids. Fire will meet ice. From Boca to Bayern, PSG to Palmeiras, 32 clubs from across the globe will compete to be crowned
Rodrigo, what a strike that was.
world champion. And this summer, Haaland won't be watching from home, but you can, on DAZN. In every country in the world. FIFA Club World Cup. Watch on DAZN from the 14th of June.
Well, the first event of the DAZN and Queensberry partnership is Heavy Impact, a huge night of heavyweight boxing headlined by Joe Joyce on April 5th in Manchester with a co-main from Lawrence Okoli and Richard Riakporhe. Boots Ennis, he faces Amanta Stanionis on April 12th in Atlantic City as the two undefeated welterweights square off in a unification showdown. And finally, after one of the most wild press confrontations, Chris Eubank Jr. and Conor Benn's highly anticipated fight will be on April 26th at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Well, Sergio, that was a wild press conference. It's going to be a wild night on May 2nd in New York City. One night later, though, in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, Canelo Alvarez will seek to become a two-time undisputed champion in the super middleweight division when he takes on William Skull. We saw William Skull and Canelo square off for the first time. Canelo was used to having a bit of a size disadvantage in a fight like that. William Skull coming in several inches taller, but watching Canelo, it's like business as usual for him up there.
Oh man, Canelo, you know, he's already accustomed to fighting bigger, stronger, longer guys that are undefeated. There's nothing you could throw at this Mexican superstar to be intimidated. He knows how to handle the big stage. Now, Skull, on the other hand, he was a little bit like deer in the headlights. He wasn't really talking. He wasn't really, you know, the moment's right there. The superstar's in front of you. Now it's time to show out. He was a little reserved. I want to see more of him, especially inside that ring.
You know, first time for Canelo Alvarez fighting outside of North America. The first fight of a 4-fight deal with Riyadh season taking place in Saudi Arabia. A win for him would set up a huge matchup against Terrence Crawford. And maybe in 2026, we'll get the rematch against Dimitri Bivol. Dimitri Bivol now the undisputed light heavyweight champion. And that has kind of added or kind of got the movement going again for a rematch between those two guys.
Tranquilo, Chris Mannix. Let's worry about William Skull first before we start talking about Bud Crawford and then another rematch with Dimitri Bivol. This man has a lot on his plate right now. He is going to be 35 years old. He has over 65 fights in a professional career. He's been boxing professionally since he was 15 years old. I can go on and on and on, but one champion at a time, Chris Mannix. This is a man who knows how to handle being a superstar, but Father Time is undefeated.
Yeah, first up, William Skull, May 3rd in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, live on DAZN. One night earlier, the 3-fight card to end all 3 fight cards, live in the middle of Times Square, an iconic location for a terrific event. 3 big-time fights on that card. Teofimo Lopez against Arnold Barboza Jr., a title fight, but also a grudge match. Devin Haney returns. He takes on former 140-pound champion Jose Ramirez in a terrific 144-pound matchup. And then we're here at the top. Ryan Garcia makes his return with something to prove. Coming back from that suspension, he will take on Romero in a welterweight fight. And the winner of that fight would take on, potentially, Devin Haney in a fight later this year. That's it for us here in Los Angeles. For Sergio Mora, I'm Chris Mannix. We will see you at the fights.
Austin Ammo Williams.
I was blessed with a dream that spelled out boxing and strobe lights. All my energy, all my focus is in that ring.
Oh boy, Ammo is letting his ammo go.
Huge shot. That was brilliantly timed.
Big shot from Hamza Shiraz. Williams just can't solve the puzzle.
The bumps in the road just make you stronger.
Suited up, my whole team do the same.
I have to change my mindset and work harder than everybody else.
The trenches where soldiers are made.
The dawning of a new era.
Let's see how you doing. Right down the middle. Give him a name to remember.
Unbelievable is possible.
A moment can live on forever.
The Phoenix has risen.
March 15th, we go again.